US President Barack Obama has announced a plan to boost access to electricity in sub-Saharan Africa. He made this announcement during his recent visit to parts of the continent. Obama pledged 70 billion rand to this initiative during his speech at the University of Cape Town earlier this week. Obama plans to double access to electricity across 6 countries, namely Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Nigeria and Tanzania. Let's now chat to engineer and energy expert Andy Kenny, who's joining us from our studios in Cape Town. Andy, good morning and thank you very much for your time. How critical
Good morning to you, Dan.
How critical is this initiative by the United States government in Africa?
Absolutely critical. It was by far the most important thing in President Obama's speech. The number one requirement, I should say, for the development of Africa is more reliable electricity supply. We need far more power stations. The power stations we've got in Africa are old, dirty, unreliable. The transmission systems and distribution systems are unreliable with huge losses. We haven't got our electricity supply is grossly inadequate for our development. Many African countries now for the first time are seeing good economic growth, but to sustain that, to keep that up, we need more reliable electricity.
It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of power generation is going to be created here in terms of environmental concerns. Do you think most of it is going to come from coal or coal-generated power stations?
Well, we must just get it from whatever sources we have. You speak about the environment. Let me just emphasize that electricity is good for the environment. So if I could just quote from Obama's speech, he said about electricity, it's the light that children study by, the energy that allows an idea to be transformed into real business. So speaking about households first of all, and then industry and the broader economy. In households, in Europe, when a housewife wants energy for cooking, with a switch she turns on electricity or gas. In lots of parts of Africa, when a housewife wants energy for cooking, she spends 3 to 6 hours chopping down firewood, collecting fire. This is back-breaking work for her, but very bad for the environment. You're chopping down trees, destroying the environment. If she had electricity, the environment would be spared. As the sources of electricity, we must use what we've got, and we've got lots. So in Africa, there's lots and lots of available hydroelectricity. There's coal in certain countries like South Africa, obviously. There's oil, there's gas. We must use all of these sources with modern, clean technology.
I see 2 other countries that I didn't mention earlier that Obama has said this program will focus on, Uganda and Mozambique, particularly in regard to oil and gas management. I mean, there's lots of gas deposits that are being found on the continental shelf on the east side of Africa and the western side of Africa. Should that also be used and promoted a lot and developed?
Oh, most certainly, yes. Gas is a wonderful source of electricity. It's easy to use, it's clean burning, and a gas power station is cheap to build and good. Definitely must use that.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll have to leave it there because of time on our side. We just have a bit of time constraints at this hour. That was engineer and energy expert Andy Kenny joining us live from our studios in Cape Town.
News that moves. eNCA.com.